What's up, guys? My name is Gabe and welcome back to the Trojan Blade. Welcome back to a brand new video. Man, this week it was very nice being able to do the rewatch after a win. I noticed some really exciting things and some not so great things. And guys, it is obviously hate week with the game against the Baby Bruins coming up on Sunday. So go ahead and drop a fuckla down below in the comments. Drop a UCLA. Any mean comments you have about the Baby Bruins, please do leave those down below. Let's start the week off right. And of course, guys, before we get into it, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. All right, so starting off with the offense. In my instant reaction, I did mention that Elijah Page has been playing his best ball. And after my rewatch, I feel even better about that statement. The PFF grades say the same thing. He was our highest graded offensive player on the day. 83.9 pass blocking grade, simply elite. His confidence is back and soaring even higher than what we saw in the bowl game. Man, I know it didn't feel like it at the time, but that Michigan game was the best thing that could have happened for him. It's clear that he's learned a lot since then, and he's really been playing some damn good football for us. He was the most physical player on the field, an absolute mauler in the run game. He's getting out in space more, and man, he's such a fluid athlete when he does that. You just see the confidence in his pass sets. He's not having the technique snafus he was having earlier in the year. Elijah Page in 2025 is going to be one of the premier tackles in the entire country. No doubt about that. Next up, I want to grade Jayden Maiava's full performance after rewatching the game. So there's the good and then there's the bad. Let's start with the good stuff. You immediately saw the willingness to push the ball downfield, something we hardly saw from Miller Moss. The mobility and playmaking that Jayden has really helps to open things up for Lincoln as a play caller. You saw a rejuvenated Trojan offense. You saw a creative Trojan offense. The arm strength with Jayden is also very apparent. He made throws that Miller simply cannot. The throw to Kyle Ford from the left hash to the opposite side of the field was very eye-catching. That thing was an absolute rope. Also love the lightning quick snap release he has. Also has a much higher arm slot than Miller does, so we'll definitely see less balls get batted down at the line of scrimmage. And I also thought Jayden showed a very good ability to rebound from mistakes and get his head back in the game. But talking about those mistakes, that leads us to the bad. And guys, the reckless, turnover-prone nature of Jayden's game is not going to go away. That is who he is, very much like Sam Darnold. That's ingrained into him. Jayden looked identical to his UNLV self in this one. Some brilliant plays, some elite throws mixed in with two of the worst turnovers you're going to see. And if we're being honest, there also should have been 3, maybe 4 picks in this game. We got very lucky with how the ball bounced on the day. If Jayden can clean up those turnover-worthy plays, I think we can beat UCLA and Notre Dame. But our margins are too small to beat the better teams on the schedule. We can't turn the ball over like that, plain and simple. Overall, I'd give him a C+ on the day. A lot of good in there, but again, the turnovers are inexcusable and bring that grade down dramatically. You see some SC fans saying he was awful and Miller needs to come back in, and then there's some other fans saying that Jayden was amazing and he did no wrong. Both are false. He should be the starter going forward. He made some really nice plays, but there was a lot that needs to be cleaned up. If he plays that exact same way against UCLA, against Notre Dame, I'm not sure if we win those games, especially the game against ND. Also, I would like to say, and obviously I don't have the full story here, I didn't see all the interactions, I wasn't there on the sideline, but just from watching the TV broadcast, I am very disappointed to see how Miller Moss was reacting when the team would have a big moment or a big play. His lack of any kind of reaction or just talking with Jayden at all really wasn't a great look for him. Again, I wasn't there, so if you saw something different, please do let me know down below. But for sure thought that wasn't the best look for him. But other than that, there's nothing really of note to talk about from the offense. Woody's incredible. Quentin got more touches in this one, but was contacted at or behind the line of scrimmage more often than not. Don't want to repeat myself too much for my instant reaction, so let's head over to the defense because that's where the real meat of this video is going to be. But before we do that, I do want to shout out today's video sponsor, PrizePicks. You guys have been absolutely killing it over at PrizePicks.com. I've gotten so many messages from you guys showing me all the money you guys have won over there. 300, 400, 500 bucks multiple times over. And guys, all it takes to get started is $5. You play $5 in lineups and you get a guaranteed $50 when you use my code BLADE. It's a no-brainer. PrizePicks is of course the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Cannot say enough good things about them. I have a super fun Maction play for you guys this week. Of course, a great rule of thumb this year when playing PrizePicks, just look at who's playing Kent State and smash the more button. And that's what we're doing this week with Akron. We have quarterback Ben Finley and wide receiver Bobby Golden, both to go more than their projected totals. Also have Hayden Wolf at Western Michigan to throw for less than 207.5 yards, and Ethan Hampton at Northern Illinois to throw for more than 146.5 passing yards. Really like this play this week. And again, guys, all you have to do is play $5 in lineups to receive a guaranteed $50 when you use my code BLADE. Thank you so much, Prize Picks. Now let's talk about the Trojan defense. All right, so I cannot overstate the job that Dan and Lynn has done with this Trojan defense. My guy, LA Sports Fanatic, put it best over on Twitter. Last year, USC's defense gave up on average 34.4 points per game. In 2024, through 10 games, the USC defense has not allowed 34 points in a single game this season, including the overtime game. And in 2024, we are 2 touchdowns better on defense, giving up on average 22 points a game. So yeah, considering what Lynn is working with, I cannot overstate how massive the turnaround has been. And guys, in this defense, it all starts with the secondary, and we saw that in this one. We obviously don't get a lot of pressure, so these guys have had a ton on their plates all year long. And Jalen Smith has quite simply taken his game to another level. The physicality, the awareness, he was all over the Nebraska wideouts. They were really having a hard time dealing with him. He was easily the best player on the field for me. Greedy Vance and Kamari Ramsey also had big games in that Trojan secondary. We really didn't give Raiola anything easy on the day. And on the pick to Jalen, man, he ran the wideouts route better than he did. Absolutely blanket coverage. And talking about the defense as a whole, on the day, we threw a pick 6 on offense and the fumble happened in our own territory. So that field goal that we gave up was not at all on the defense. The defense only gave up 10 points on the day. That's an elite performance, don't care who you're playing against. If it wasn't for the offense turning the ball over and the special teams being USC special teams, we could have easily blown this Nebraska team out. It wasn't all perfect, obviously. I thought Akili had some really tough moments in this game. Now, Lincoln did mention that there is a flu bug going around the team, so maybe that had something to do with it, I'm not sure. But he was uncharacteristically off in this one. Zion Branch came into the game and flashed immediately. Very limited reps for him in this one. Speaking of reps, I found the D-line rotation very interesting in this one. Only 17 reps for Jamil Muhammad, only 14 for Kobe Pepe, while Fountain had 39 and Tompkins had 34. Now, is that a result of the flu bug, or are we seeing a change of the guard, so to speak? I guess we'll find out next week against UCLA. But this was also a very, very good performance from Mason Cobb. He was all over the field. To me, it really looked like he was reading this Husker offense quite easily. His eyes were always locked onto the right place, and somehow he'd end up over by the ball carrier making a play. Very gutty performance from him, very instinctual performance from him. And of course, he brought the attitude, he brought the physicality. This was just a total Mason Cobb game in the best way possible. But overall, from the defense, I could not ask more from them in this game. So grateful for Dan Lynn. The hope here is that he sticks around and we can load up on talent in the portal and really get this thing going in 2025. Another week, another game review. I have to shout out Eddie Czaplicki, the absolute best punter in the country. Not even a debate for me. The accuracy, the power, he has everything you would want in a punter. We suddenly move to the Big Ten and he turns into prime Shane Leckler. Love to see it from Eddie. He's going to win the Ray Guy. He's going to be an All-American. He's going to be all Big Ten. So stoked for him. He has been an absolute weapon for us this year. But guys, that will of course do it for this week's game review. It's getting to be that time of the year. I will have full coverage of recruiting, of the transfer portal. Any news that breaks with USC, I will have it covered here on the channel. Want to thank you guys so much for all the support this year so far. And of course, let's hope we close it out with 2 more wins. But if you guys did happen to enjoy this game review, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much. You're all awesome. And as always, take care and fight on.